APC, 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 Buhari and Oshibajo, that the change they want. APC, APC, APC,
APC, APC. Thank you very much. May be seated, please. I have in my hand the constitution of the party, because that is the authority under which I operate. So everything I say, I stand on the constitution of the party to address us tonight. Firstly, let me begin by congratulating every one of you for making this a reality. And thank you ever so much for the fantastic job you have done in being able to put this together. We've traveled a little bit across the UK, launching the branches of the party across the country. Right. We've been to Manchester, we've been to Liverpool, we've been to Bristol, we've been to Bedfordshire, and now we are here. I will say to your chairman that by far this is the best organized I have seen. I've also been to Dublin on behalf of the party there, and I think that this is the best. So you have set a standard, and you have started from a very high position from which you cannot afford to drop. You have set the benchmark. You know that the leadership of the party that has taken charge, they are the ones who have been at the forefront of pushing for actual democracy in our country. I'm sure the deputy chairman will attest to it. He was arrested a number of times as a student union leader in the days of the pro-democracy war. So I want you to understand that you agreeing to be part of this, you are signing up to serious business. And I want to thank you that you are agreeing to do that. Because all of us is not to say that you are going to accept licentious behaviors from our leaders. You must be willing to hold the government to account. Our party, the APC, made promises to the people. It is our duty to ensure that those promises are kept. Because if we don't do that, we stand the real chance of slipping back to the days of darkness. And God forbid that happens in our country. Guys, to elect the leader of our country, it is injustice to me, it is injustice to you. It is part and parcel of the package that was handed over to us by a military dictatorship. That they will not allow you and I to exercise our rights to choose who will be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Therefore, we should set as Nigerians diaspora a new agenda. And that agenda is this, that by 2019, we must be given the right to choose, to vote for the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is a job that you and I must cooperate together to achieve. Because today, when you say you are a Nigerian who lives abroad, and you say you are going home to participate in a political process, you are seen as an interloper by the political jobbers. Because they don't want to see you. That is why it is important that you and I begin to let them know that we want to vote. When we begin to vote, they will leave their comfort zone to come and campaign to you and I. And they will begin to listen to you. And you know, we must not be afraid to ask for this, because it is our right. The continued denial of voting rights to Nigerians in the diaspora amounts to injustice, grave injustice against us. Because we are Nigerians, firstly, Yes, we are also citizens of this country, but we are Nigerians firstly. And our country allows us to carry dual citizenship. We are not interlopers. That country belongs to us. We have a right to also contribute to choosing who our leader is. So we must agree to do it. And it is important that we begin to set our agenda. We are the only ones who can set that agenda. They at home will not set it for us. No one is going to set it for us. We must be the ones who will set that agenda. The agenda that come 2015, Nigerians who live in the diaspora, anywhere in the world, must be able to cast their vote at the presidential election. Because you have over 10 or 20 million Nigerians living in the diaspora. Every year, according to the World Bank, Nigerians in the diaspora remit nearly $21 billion into the economy of our country. They have no right. No one has a right to deny you and I that privilege. Okay, if I may use that word, that right to say that we should also cast our votes. It is an important issue. And until we have that, we must be unwilling to listen to any reasonable excuse. I hope you get that. Yes, yes. We must be unwilling to listen to any reasonable excuse. We must choose to be unreasonable until they give us the right to cast our votes. Because the world can only be changed by unreasonable men. Men of reason don't change the world. Men of reason don't make history. For those of us in the diaspora, we made a mark during this campaign because we chose to be unreasonable. Everything they threw at our party, we chose to stand our ground. We stood in the snow. We stood in the cold. We stood in the rain. We marched the streets of this country, demanding to make sure that the international community gets to know of the atrocities that the People's Democratic Party was committing against Nigerians in the name of democracy. If we were reasonable, we will not do any of those. If we were reasonable, your people will not leave their wives at home and be on the streets of London. They will not leave their children. They will not leave the comfort of their beds if we choose to be reasonable. So, ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, I think that if I was to make a speech, that is all I will say. Now, I'm moving on straight to tell you about the formal inauguration of this branch. And there are a few things that we need to learn from the constitution of our party. So, I'm going to read them straight. Firstly, it says, where a group or association joins the party, where a group or association joins the party shall welcome the group. There is no membership into our party. In other words, APC Bedfordshire cannot come and register as a group. Okay? For you to be so recognized, every individual must first of all register. It's important because you don't want to say to us, I have 30 members on our register. And those 30 members are not reflected on the central register of APC UK. I hope that is clear enough.
Website.
Yeah, the website that you have to go to, you go to APC United, it's www.apcunitedkingdom.org. Okay, I have spelled it out not like Oga at the top one. I do know what website is. Now, in the UK, as I said earlier, we are having branches across the country. That is the idea. We are saying and we recognize that Nigerians live in every part of this country. Therefore, wherever Nigerians live, they have a right to gather together and be members of this party. So, across the country. But we also are ensuring that where Nigerian-based states says they want to come together because they want to relate with their states, by all means, we allow them to do that. But where there is a group of individuals who decide to undermine the authority of the party, we will act. And usually when we act, we will make sure that we inform the headquarters and we inform every leader of the party that these people are not recognized. Now we place a disclaimer on such a group. It is important that I make this clear because we want to ensure that just as our leaders are leading us by example and in a disciplined way, those of us in the UK provide that same level of disciplined leadership. Because that is the only way we can win or overcome the challenges that are ahead. Tonight, once we inaugurate this chapter and you have actually presented to us your leadership, and this is a point I make everywhere I go to. We always make this point. You have presented us with your leadership. See, this is the list of our leaders. You must ensure that you walk through your leaders. I've told your chairman, once we leave here today, we will present the report of what has happened here today to the headquarters. If I may please invite all the national leaders to come forward, because now we're going to make the formal step of inaugurating this chapter, this branch. It's not a chapter, it's branch. There's only one chapter in the country. You have APC United Kingdom chapter. So APC Bedfordshire is not a chapter. It is a branch. All Nigerian-based state-based groups are caucuses. Do you get that? They are caucuses, they are not branches. Thank you very much. So now we are going to formally do the inauguration. If you don't mind, if you kindly stand. All members of the party. Yes.
Chairman.
Thank you very much. Chairman, you have your register here. Your membership register.
Yes.
Yes, we would like to have that. You have to. So it will be clear. And that will make it easier for every single person to have direct communication. If mails are going out, they all be, you will all receive such mails. Once it goes into the central database. APC in the UK means that if you travel to Dublin, for instance, and APC is holding meeting, you can go in there with your card. That is what it means. That is how the constitution is organized. Thank you very much. So, these are the leadership positions here. Okay. So, Honorable Patrick Obuse, Chairman, Honorable Yemi Kolawole, Secretary, Honorable Christian Uchena, Treasurer, Honorable Muyiwa Odufuokon, Publicity Secretary, and Honorable Tunde Ajisola, Organizing Secretary. So on behalf of the APC, All Progressives Party worldwide, it is now my pleasure and honor, supported by the leaders of the party in the UK, to formally declare APC UK Bedfordshire Branch recognized and opened. May God bless you.
APC! Enjoyment for the people, Igbadun for the nation, everyday jollification, and at the change we they want. Maximum security, so much electricity, a job opportunity. Now the change we they want. APC, 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 APC.